Hi everyone. In the previous session, we have started the methods of preparations of alkyl halides. In the methods of preparations, already we done some methods of preparations from the alcohols. So we'll see the remaining. So from alcohols, actually we have gone through three reactions from alcohols. Some from alcohols. First one is ROH is reacting with concentrated HCl plus ZnCl2. This one is combinedly called the Lucas reagent. Then which is giving as RCl plus H2O, and then here this reaction is called the Groves process. And the second one is alcohols reacting with PCl3 by 3 moles, and they are forming 3 moles of RCl plus H3PO3. This is called dibasic acid. And the third one, ROH means alkyl alcohols reacting with PCl5 forming 1 mole of alkyl halide plus POCl3 plus HCl. And fourth one is SOCl2 means alcohols are reacting with the thionyl chlorides. Then they are producing alkyl halides plus SO2 which is the gas, and HCl which is also gas. This process is called Darjan's process. This process is called Darjan's process, and this is a good yield for the preparation of the alkyl halides because sulfur dioxide and HCl are the gases we can remove easily. I mean we can separate these mixture easily, so this is the best process. And in the previous class we discussed that concentrated HCl Lucas reagent will give the which one is the preferable, primary, secondary, tertiary. Like also primary alkyl halides no turbidity, primary alcohols gives no turbidity with the Lucas reagent. Secondary alcohols gives the turbidity after 5 minutes, and tertiary alcohols will give the turbidity immediately. So tertiary alcohols are more preferable for the Lucas reagent to produce the alkyl halides. So we can take here tertiary alcohols are more preferable than secondary, which is greater than primary than the methyl alcohols. Okay, now come to the present class. So in this class we have taken one more method of preparation also there from the alcohols, that is nothing but preparation of the alkyl bromide. Preparation of the alkyl bromides, that is nothing but bromine also can be introduced in there. So alcohols reacting with the HBr. Previous I have taken HCl in presence of concentrated ZnCl2. Here we can prepare the bromo halides, alkyl bromides also. In this alcohols reacting with the hydrogen bromide in presence of concentrated H2SO4. In presence of concentrated H2SO4, it forms the alkyl bromides plus H2O. So this reaction is also possible here. HBr is generated by the action of concentrated H2SO4 on KBr also. So hydrogen bromide, here we can prepare hydrogen bromide. This H2SO4 reacts with the KBr, that HBr we are bringing and reacting over here. So this is also one more the method of preparation from the alkyl halides. See, till now we have prepared from the alcohols, and now the second one is called halogen exchange method. Now halogen exchange method. What is meant by halogen exchange method? When I starting the alkyl halides, there I said fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. Chlorine and bromine gives the normal result, I mean required products, whereas come to the fluorine and bromine, fluorine and the iodine, due to the small size and high electronegativity, fluorine gives the unrequired products, and iodine also due to its small electronegativity and highly size, means more molecular weight, it also gives the unrequired products. So these will get the required products under some special conditions. Like so here in the in this preparation of alkyl halides, means alkyl chlorides and alkyl bromides are easy. Whereas come to the preparation of alkyl halides and alkyl fluorides and alkyl iodides, a little bit difficult. So we are using here halogen exchange method. Halogen exchange method is nothing but we are preparing the alkyl fluoride and alkyl iodide from this method by using the halogens only. That is nothing but come to the first one. Here in this halogen exchange method, iodoalkanes can easily be obtained from corresponding bromoalkanes or chloroalkanes by heating with sodium iodide and acetone. That is nothing but now I am going to prepare the iodoalkanes. Iodoalkanes is nothing but CH3I, C2H5I, whatever it is, by taking the bromine halides. That is nothing but by taking the alkyl bromides, like we can say. See here, I am writing alkyl bromides, means I am taking either CH3Br or CH2Br, C2H5Br. It is treating with the sodium iodide in presence of acetone. What we said, this is halogen exchange method. So simply the halogen will be exchanged. Iodine comes here and bromine comes here. Then the product is CH3, CH2I plus NaBr. So this is said to be halogen exchange method. So here we are preparing the alkyl iodides by using alkyl bromides in presence of sodium iodide and acetone. So this process is called, this method is called halogen exchange method. CH3 CH2I by replacing with the sodium iodine and bromine with the sodium. So the product will be CH3 CH2I plus NaBr. And for this reaction we have a name of the reaction. The name of the reaction is called Finkelstein reaction. The name of this reaction is called Finkelstein reaction. So in Finkelstein reaction we can prepare the alkyl iodides by using the alkyl bromides. Remember, this is one of the named reaction, very important. This is called Finkelstein reaction. And one more reaction, that is nothing but here I prepared alkyl iodide, so I have to prepare alkyl fluoride. Here not only bromide, you can use chloride also. Not only bromide, you can use chloride. From chlorines and bromines, preparation of iodine from alkyl bromide or alkyl chloride reacting with sodium iodide in presence of acetone, giving alkyl iodides. The name of the reaction is called Finkelstein reaction. Now I am going to for the preparation of alkyl fluorides. That alkyl fluorides also we can take from the we are preparing from the either bromine or chlorine reacting with the metal iodides. That is nothing but metallic and silver iodides, silver hydride. So here CH3 CH2 CH3 CH2 we are preparing with the reacting with the any inorganic salts, inorganic fluorides, like we can take inorganic fluorides in the sense Hg2F2 or AgF, SbF or cobalt fluoride, like that. Any inorganic I am taking Hg2F2 mercuric fluoride. Then in presence of acetone, even this also in presence of acetone, and the whatever the fluoride we are taking, that is dissolved in the inorganic salts because of the fluorines to form the fluorines. So here the fluorines exchange will be takes place. Then the product will be CH3 CH2F plus HgBr. CH3 CH2F plus HgBr2. So this name of the reaction is called the Schwarz reaction. This is called Schwarz reaction. This is called Schwarz reaction. So here we are studying in halogen exchange method two types of reactions. First one, CH3 CH2Br means alkyl bromides reacting with sodium iodide in presence of acetone gives alkyl iodide plus sodium bromide, called Finkelstein reaction. And alkyl bromides reacting with any metallic, not only Hg2F2, here we can take AgF, SbF, cobalt F2, and Hg to F2 also. Inorganic fluorides also we can use for the exchange of the bromine with the fluorine. So this name of this reaction is called Schwarz reaction. Here what we have done here, that is fluorination. Fluorination in the sense fluorine will gives the different products. Okay, after this we'll study the what is fluorination and what is the iodination. Now we got through the 3-4 named reactions I have given. One is the Groves process, second one is the D'Orjan's process, and third one is the Finkelstein reaction, fourth one is the Schwarz reaction. These named reactions you have to write separately, and while going to the exam we can have a quick review. That's why whatever the named reactions I am giving, those named reactions you maintain separately in one paper. Per day if I am giving while explaining you are getting 2 or 3 per day. You if you are writing, that will be easy. All the named reactions will be at one place. While going to the exam we can have a quick review over that. So just write down, this is not Groves process. So this is the alcohols reacting with this one, like. Okay, completed. Now come to the next one. Next method of preparation, that is halogenation of alkanes. Next one is halogenation of alkanes. Next method of preparation is from halogenation of alkanes. Halogenation of alkanes, alkanes and halogenation, we'll get the different products. That is nothing but we can replace all the hydrogens with the halogens. So here I am taking one CN H2n plus 2, that is nothing but CH4 on reading with Cl2 in presence of H nu. Otherwise we can take it in the sunlight also. Then HCl comes out. Then the product will be CH3Cl, like we can write. Whatever we are getting, that is the alkyl halide. This is the process generally, not only chlorine. Here we can take the bromine also, CH4 plus Br2 by taking HBr. Then the product will be CH3Br. Whereas come to the here halogenation and chlorination and bromination is easy because of the product, because of the properties of the chlorine and bromine. Whereas come to the fluorine, to get the addition of the fluorine to the alkane, getting alkyl fluoride, and that is nothing but CH4 reacting with fluorine, then giving CH3F. It is not an easy task. Like that only CH4 reacting with I2. This is called chlorination, bromination, fluorination, iodination. CH3I. These two are not possible because of the not possible easy without any special conditions, because fluorine is highly electronegative and small charge. So to form the directly CH3F, it forms some unnecessary products. Whereas come to the iodine also, CH3 iodine, instead of forming the CH3 added iodine will give some unrequired products. So to avoid that, while applying the fluorination and iodination, we have to follow some rule. We have to apply some conditions to that. Then how to get the alkyl fluorides and alkyl iodides by fluorination and iodination. Let us see. This is called chlorination, bromination. Chlorination, bromination is easy because see here, fluorines, chlorine, bromine and iodine. Top to bottom reactivity increases and iodine is the more size, fluorine is the less size. These two will gives the products with the normal conditions, but fluorine and iodine will gives the unnecessary products. So now I am going to fluorination. In halogenation of alkanes, chlorination and bromination is easier when compared with the fluorination and iodination. Then what is fluorination? To get the alkyl fluorides, what are the conditions we have to use? What is iodination? And to get the alkyl iodide, what are the conditions we have to use? Let us see. So write the heading, that is first one I am going to take is iodination. Chlorination, bromination is easier. Now the first one is iodination. Iodination is nothing but addition of iodine. Iodination is nothing but addition of iodine. Iodination of alkanes is a slow and reversible process. Reversible process is nothing but if CH4 is adding to I2, that can be reversible, means it can follow the CH3I and it can get back the reverse reaction. So because of formation of strong reducing agent, that is HI. HI is a strong reducing agent. So generally see this reaction CH4 plus I2, this is CH3I plus HI. That is what we said. This is forming, but unrequired products we are forming. That is nothing but hydrogen iodide. This hydrogen iodide is a strongest reducing agent. So because of that reason, again this hydrogen iodide reduces back to the iodination, means the reaction makes the reversible. So hence iodination is carried out in presence of strong oxidizing agent. So to neutralize the reaction, it is the strongest oxidizing agent. If we use any strongest, it is the strongest reducing agent. If we use any strongest oxidizing agent, so we can neutralize the reaction and we can get the alkyl iodide. Instead of reversing the reaction, we can go for the forward reaction. So what we have to do? This hydrogen iodide will get back the reaction, that is backward reaction will take place. So to avoid that, HI is the strongest reducing agent. So if we add any strongest oxidizing agent which converts hydrogen iodide to iodine and which removes the hydrogen iodide, we require that. So what we have to do? So we have to add simply the strongest oxidizing agents. How to strongest oxidizing agents? So whatever the reaction is forming, after forming this reaction, immediately we have to add the strongest oxidizing agent to destroy this hydrogen iodide, because if we not destroy or if we not replace this hydrogen iodide, the reaction will be back and we cannot get the alkyl iodide. So whatever the HI is getting, to that HI we have to add the strongest oxidizing agents. What are the strongest oxidizing agents? You can add HiO3, or you can add HNO3, or you can add HGO also. What happens if you are adding HiO3, HNO3 or HGO? HI reacting with the HiO3, then it converts into iodine and H2O. You have to balance the equation. If you take 5 moles of hydrogen iodide, 5I plus 1, 3 moles of I2 and 1I and 3, so 3H2O. We can take the 3H2O. So now reaction is balanced. So whatever the hydrogen iodide is formed, that hydrogen iodide you have to convert into I2 or we have to destroy it. Now we are converting into I2. So I used the strongest oxidizing agent over here. So this one. And one more strongest oxidizing agent also we can use, that is HNO3. If you use the HNO3, then the hydrogen iodide converted into iodine and it further the products in the reaction is N2O. So you have to balance the equation, this one, and further this hydrogen iodide also react with the HGO, then it forms HgI2 plus H2O. So this is iodination. So what we are doing exactly in the iodination? While CH4 reacting with iodine, it is forming in the product is CH3I and HI. HI is the strongest reducing agent, then the backward reaction takes place immediately. But to stabilize the formation of the alkyl iodide, we have to destroy or we have to convert this hydrogen iodide into iodine. Now to convert this hydrogen iodide or to destroy that, to convert hydrogen iodide into iodine, we have to use the strongest oxidizing agent. If you add to the reaction HiO3, this HiO3 reacts with the HI and forms iodine. If you add HNO3, that reacts with the HI and I2. If you form HGO, that reaction will form into HgI2. So this is called iodination. To avoid the unrequired products and to avoid the backward reaction, to stabilize the alkyl iodide, we are adding the strongest oxidizing agents to the reaction. Just have a look. Next I'll go to the fluorination.